Sorry for the weird uploading this week. A lot of things have been happening. Of course, I wanted to do this yesterday, but a few things kind of came up. So, yeah. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be continuing where we left off, which is getting our way into the Hyrule Castle to find the Princess of Destiny, quote unquote. I'm not sure if I did a spoiler alert for this already or not, but obviously the princess is obviously Princess Zelda. So yeah, we're going to be doing that, and then we're going to be, at a later point in this episode, getting our way to Kakariko Village, and kind of doing a few other things there. We're going to be there's a side quest that we're going to be doing there, and honestly, it's completely worth doing if you play this game, because the item that you get as a reward is definitely worthwhile. So after we're done pushing this crate, we can finally jump on. We'll be high enough off the ground that we can kind of do that jump roll thing and make our way to the other side over here. Navi being obnoxious and annoying as always, wondering how we were going to get into the castle. Well, obviously I pointed that out, I believe, in the last episode that we, put up. Now, obviously in the courtyard here, you got a whole bunch of, guards that you have to get past. If you hit a certain hitbox, I guess, you'll technically be in their line of sight, quote unquote. Basically, logic will dictate that you either were close enough to make a loud enough sound, or if you were within like their eyesight, and obviously they'd just see you and say, hey, stop, and then they'd throw you out. So there are two here. We got lucky with the RNG there. They were already closer towards the back. Highly recommended you do not get these rupees. They're kind of a trap. Pretty sure that if you get anywhere near him, basically meaning anywhere around these rupees, you're going to get caught, so I would recommend not. I'm pretty sure though, if you really want to just get some free rupees and keep coming in here, you could probably just do that, I guess. But I'm just not going to bother doing that. If you want to get easy rupees, I'll show a way of getting easy rupees once we get around to it, which will be sometime after we're done talking to the princess. And yeah, it's not too far off. I think it's around 7 or 8 minutes maybe, because there's going to be a very, very, very long cutscene, and by very, very, very long I mean maybe like 3 to 4 minutes, maybe something like that. So these last two guards here, they move kind of fast and really weird, honestly. They'll go from one side to another just like that, and they'll obviously, like, one of them, sometimes they'll walk the full length of the from top to bottom, or they'll kind of walk like halfway. Maybe one of them walks like fully, like, I think, yeah, there's one that moves the entire way, and then one moves like halfway. So, but we should be able to get over there now, I would say, as long as we... Okay, good. We don't have to worry about that guard, I guess. So there's a couple things you can do in this room, other than talking to the princess. If you got your slingshot, you can take it out and shoot the window here. I'm not sure if I had to hit that in a specific spot, but if you hit the windows, things will happen. For example, he'll get angry at us and throw out a bomb for whatever reason, and then if we can get this, as you can see, there was a red rupee, which is 20 rupees, so you can do that. And this isn't the easy rupee I'm talking about, by the way, but yeah, it's just a freebie that you can get. Anyways, finally we get to talk to Princess Zelda. And of course, being rude, she asks our name instead of, even though I guess considering she's royalty, we should know her name, but, and remember those, optional things that are not actually optional. Yeah, you're gonna have like at least 2 or 3 of those here for like no reason. I don't understand why they even bothered to implement this into the game, but I mean, if you said no, maybe you can like walk around and do things freely and then come back and, whenever you feel like you're ready to do things, you can, I guess do things. But this cutscene really doesn't justify that. Not cutscene, but this little bit of a tidbit of a story that kind of progresses everything. So again, as I was just saying, kind of progressing the story here, she's going to continue on the whole Triforce Goddess thing here, mentioning how anyone that gets their hands on the Triforce is allowed to receive a wish, and depending on the wish, either the world will be happy honky dory, or it's going to be completely destroyed, as I'm sure you can tell just by the text that's on the screen. So if you're evil and you make a wish on it, then pretty much the entire world's going to go to just complete ruin. If you are if you're pure of heart, or whatever, then obviously everything will be prosperous, everyone will be happy, etc. So obviously, if Ganondorf gets his hands on it, everything is basically going to be destroyed. But obviously, we're going to try and prevent that. So, and of course, in order to even get to the Sacred Realm, you obviously have to get through, or into like the Temple of Time or whatever. And in order to even get in there, you need the 3 treasures from different villages, stuff like that. So obviously we have the first one, which is from the Kokiri Forest, which is the Kokiri's Emerald. We have 2 more treasures, quote unquote, to get. And of course, we aren't going to have a little bit of a story progression here without introducing Ganondorf officially. Obviously, I think first episode I instantly said spoiler alert and mentioned that of course it was Ganondorf. I like how they're acting very childish here. They actually kind of made it, like, oh, well, he has no idea what we're planning, even though I'm pretty sure he knows full and damn well that, well, okay, there's much more major spoilers that I don't want to talk about, but he knows things about Zelda that she probably is nowhere near aware of at this point in time. So, again, as you saw, there was a whole bunch of, optional things, and, yeah, so we're going to be getting a letter from her to kind of prove that we have some kind of connection with the royal family. Of course, this isn't going to always be enough, so we are going to be introduced to another new NPC, and that NPC's name is Impa. She's a member of the Sheikahs, which is kind of like this group of ninjas or whatever, so honestly, I don't understand why there's a ninja guarding the princess. I mean, aren't there knights and stuff that you can kind of appoint to her? Even though usually whenever it comes to stories like this, knights and stuff are all just completely worthless, and you as the main character have to obviously, save her. So, she's giving us a song now, and this song happens to be Zelda's Lullaby. This is a song you're going to probably hear quite a lot in this Let's Play, so be, prepared for that, I guess. It's pretty simple, XAY, XAY. This one is not like the ones in the, Lost Woods where everything was complicated as hell, but, I mean, still, it's something that you're going to hear quite a few times in this Let's Play. And another thing that's never going to get old is, well, okay, actually it's going to get old and eventually very fast. Like, it's just going to gradually get very old. And you'll see what I mean in a few seconds, because Impa's going to be kind enough to take us completely out of the castle and back out into Hyrule Field. Hooray for not having to waste time to go all the way back outside of, like Hyrule Castle Town and back out into Hyrule Field. So she's going to kind of, be like, okay, yeah, you're brave for doing this, etc. I'm surprised she actually even believes in what a child says, but, I mean, whatever. So as I mentioned before, we're going to be making our way to Kakariko, because she kind of nudges us in that direction to kind of go and visit the Gorons and stuff. And, yeah, I think they were the Deku Nuts. The flash grenade thing that we're never going to use. Yeah, she uses those almost every time you meet her. So, and like I said before, there's an easy way of getting a lot of rupees, and you can just completely do this over and over again. You can keep getting red rupees up there, I believe. I think it was red. I rarely ever pay attention. All I know is you get a good amount of rupees. There's apparently 3 invisible ones there. I don't know if it's possible to get all 3 in a single jump, but it's something that you can get, and you can easily fall without hurting yourself by jumping like as far into the transition area, I guess you could say. You know how it transitions you into the area with the house that has all the pots. You can try and jump into that whenever you're trying to go for the rupee, and you won't take any damage, and it'll just transition you into that area, and then you can come back out and then just continuously do that, because the rupees respawn, if I remember correctly. So yeah, so immediately upon arriving here, we're going to instantly get started on this little side quest, which involves the Kakus. There are, I think, like 6 or 7 of them in town that you have to get, because there is a lady named Anju who is allergic to Kakus, but she takes care of them. And they all got out of the pen, or whatever you want to call it, and yeah, she asks us to kind of go and get them. You're going to need Kakus in order to kind of hover over to areas similar to this one, of course. There's only 2 areas that you need to do this for, as far as I can really remember off the top of my head. But, yeah. It's an easy little side quest that you really should do because the reward is definitely worth it. And I don't know, like it's just something that you really don't have any excuse not to get. So that should make 2. There's one over here, but you kind of want to use this one in order to do the next hover area that we need to get to. There's a little fenced off area over here that we need to kind of hover over to in order to get to. I'm not sure why I'm trying to go over into the corner area there, but I guess we get to try this again. But yeah, I think you could have just barely seen it there. There was another cuckoo on the other side, and in order to get another cuckoo that you need to get, you have to be on that side as well, because as I'm sure you can see off to the right there, there's a little ladder that you need to climb up. And well, no, you don't need to climb up, but if you want to get the only one of the last cuckoos, it's up there, and you can probably, yeah, you can kind of see it up there in the top part of the screen. Just break these pots, nothing relevant. Then you have to get the one that's down here on the ground as well. So, because it fell off the top little ledge there that we grabbed a hold of. So just throw it over the edge, and then we can go over here and get the one that's up these ladders. Or up this ladder, I guess, not ladders. Please, thank you. So yeah, it's pretty easy. Really not difficult. There's one that's always kind of a pain in the ass though. Fair warning. We haven't gotten to it yet. It'll be I think it'll be the second to last one that we get. Because I kind of forgot that there was it's kind of weird because you can kind of easily forget where they are. And they can just move around freely without you wanting them to, which is also annoying. That's why you have to be careful about the ones where you hover to, because if you hover, you obviously are going to leave one behind in order to carry another one around, and obviously it has that chance of just wandering off and being annoying. So yeah, I mean, it's just a pain in the butt, but whatever. So now we need to go and get, I think, 2 more. As you can hear, there's more around here. The next one is over in this crate. If we can roll into it. No, I didn't want to climb up on it. I want to roll into it. Thank you. So as you can see, he's not pick it up now. I'm sitting here button mashing A just to try and pick this thing up. But yeah, then there's one more after this, and I believe it was up on that upper area from that one roof that we ran off of. But as you can see, she mentions how there's one more. I could have swore I got all of them. Maybe it's because I got them all and I threw the last one in there. I don't know. Throw one of these things out and try and figure it out. See if I can't, thank you. Throw that thing back in there, see if that, or if okay, yeah, I'm still missing one more. So yeah, I think it's up near that one roof that we had to hover off of in order to get the one that's over around this house. So just kind of go over here and check this out. Pretty sure it's over here. And then once it's nighttime, which is something that we're gonna be able to abuse very soon, there's a few other things in town that we can get that are of course relevant. Hooray for flying on a chicken, or under a chicken, I guess. It'd probably be the worst thing to do. I really wouldn't want a chicken potentially shitting on me or something, but anyways, that's the last of the chickens, so she's going to be very grateful for it and give us a empty bottle. Empty bottles are very useful for catching things like bugs, fish, stuff like that. You kind of need them for a lot of different things, so it's definitely something that I recommend you go and get. In the next episode, we're going to continue through Kakariko Village, visit the graveyard, and do a little bit of nighttime hunting for things as well. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer, signing out.